Perfect. Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back. Just to get the cat in the bag real quick, don't worry. Acer is with us. He broke his camera.
Again.
No, it's just my interference. It happens.
He will be back with his camera, just unfortunately it's not necessarily cooperating today. Additionally, as most of you know that are religious followers of my channel, my wife and I, the wonderful Asambra there in the corner, we do have a child. He is teething. I should have the filters on both of our stuff to help keep away the fact that he's not sleeping very easily. Just please deal with it.
Yeah, and if it gets too bad, we'll probably take a break. I made a new intermission video for it.
Let's have everyone go ahead and introduce themselves to our fans, old and new.
Well, it wouldn't really be a start if I wasn't introducing myself first. As you all know, or some may not, my name is Shin, but in these nights, I go by another name, Grayson Titan Holland. You can call me Titan. I'm here to bring a little bit of old magic to these new ways.
Hey everybody, I am the voice of the Thin Bloods, Asa Zorin. Pray that I did not just make the stupidest move in existence, because I typically like to do those.
I would say bold.
Bold is a good word.
Bold is
It's a thin line and a slippery slope, and damn do I love sliding.
Wow, I wish you could do longer titles, because that is a great title for this. Hi everybody, I'm Morgan Caldwell, and I play Crescent de la Sombra.
Hello, I'm new here. Online, you can find me at Dark Blue, but I am playing Onyx, the crazy private detective.
And as always, I'm your benevolent but always listening storyteller, Peter Needham. Let's go ahead and continue our vampire story this evening.
Should I pause the EDM music?
I did find potentially a thing that would help change up our music selection, but it still have to work out the kinks. So there will be music updates in the future. I know this is our.
We're just trying to do this the respectful way and not get in trouble with copyright and give credit where credit's due and all that fun stuff.
I don't want to be smacked by Twitch gods, please. So fade back in. The heart-slamming music vibrating the floor beneath your feet as the room's atmosphere quickly shifts from one of strange authority to now distinct apprehension. Jordan leans back, crossing his arms, still posturing on his desk, just kind of looking at all of you, has completely ignored your handshake, by the way, Acer. It just stares out at all of you and goes, all right. So, how much is this going to cost me for you all to just go away? Oh, now you're all deciding to be nice and quiet. What, have I not paid my tax this month? Is that what this is about?
I believe we're here for the missing people. We already established that.
Look, I wasn't being dishonest about that. I don't know about specific missing people, okay? Look. You all get probably all do this in your own way. You gotta eat too.
Oh, they're not dead. I know that. But seeing as the last place that they were seen as free people is your establishment, I would like to know how they left here.
I don't know. See, here's the thing about the way I run things, okay? This is my haven. This is my home. And the people downstairs, guess what? That's where I get my pickings from. It's not safe for someone like me or some of my associates to go out on the streets and hunt like normal kindred. Camarilla made real fucking sure about that. So, we get what we can. We made a cozy little corner, and this is how we eat. Sometimes accidents happen, like anywhere else. But we catch and we release. That's the goal. That's what we plan. If someone went missing, if someone wound up dead, it's an accident. It happened. But I can't validate anything. I don't remember who.
Are you sure about that? I told you they weren't leaving here dead. They're still alive. But seeing as you promised me earlier, before you knew who we were, that none of your associates downstairs were doing anything under the table. Yet, what did I see when I was downstairs is one of your bartenders drugging the drinks. and the people that I am looking for did not leave of their own accord.
So it may not be you, but it might be somebody else, another associate.
I'm not accusing you per se, but do you really trust the people you work with?
Absolutely.
Then
And
why
now-
would I see that?
Look, getting real tense in here, so let's just take a beat. Let me explain things, okay? We drug them so that way we can actually feed and they don't remember. Masquerade above all, right? And guess what? Thin Bloods don't really get the opportunity to go to the fucking rack and get a snack. Next thing we know, we got some hound thanks to all the La Sombra coming into the city. And I mean, I'm not going to lie, Eleonora is not necessarily the most merciful to our types. Neither is Damien or Alexa. So, we made do. Did I lie about drugging the drinks? Yes, I did. But I didn't know who the hell you were for fucking Jack and Daniel off the street. We keep ourselves discreet. We keep ourselves out of the way. We keep our noses clean. Yes, sometimes we find someone that, looks a bit too drunk. Is a good target. Slip him a Mickey, take a bite to those that need it, and we dump him his body in the dumpster. He wakes up a little cold, but overall unharmed. There have been occasions in the past where usually if we've taken in a new Thin Blood specifically, sometimes they can't control themselves. And some of the older ones are victim to that. I'm sure all of you have experienced a situation where you're so fucking thirsty you can't stop. It happens.
You wouldn't mind if I took a look around wherever you decide to dump them?
They're in the back alley. That's where we do it. Just literally stick them in the dumpster, keep them out of the rain, keep them out of the cold. It's not necessarily the cleanest of places, but it keeps them out the weather until they wake up in the morning.
Okay, see? Leads. That's all we needed.
So, about this Voice of the Thin Blood business.
Now, trust me, I'm not happy about it either.
Good, because you don't really strike me as an impressive sort. What was that crazy Asian woman's name? Was Sun. She mentioned that you were basically going to be ushering in a voice for us. But yet, we haven't heard anything about you. In fact, none of us here voted for you.
That's because, there was no vote.
Of course there was. So, what are you going to fucking do for us then? Obviously, you're in this position of power. You all just thought it was okay to just walk into my fucking haven like you own the place. What are you going to do for us? I'm talking to the Mr. Hotshot over here, decided to throw his title like he has some actual power, but obviously, as he points over at the Crescent, he really has none. So this whole thing's a fucking farce.
Kind of a warning look over to Acer.
Acer's just gonna nod. All right, look, like you, I'm not thrilled about this either. And at the same time, I like to try and be as discreet as possible. And clearly it's working considering you didn't expect it to be me.
Well, to be fair, it's not like Sun was walking around waving your picture around.
I appreciate that, sadly.
Well, that's kind of how we do things here. Word of mouth. We hear a name, the name gets dropped, we gotta recognize it. Very canny.
Well, that being the case, I'm not here to meddle in anyone's business. I'm just here to make sure that my ass isn't getting thrown in the fire. So, as long as nothing crazy happens, I'm not going to bug you.
Well, I appreciate that. Considering the fact that it's not the first time I've had a hound sniffing around my haven for no fucking reason.
Trust me on this, the hound is mainly for my protection.
Yeah, because you're so fucking special.
Oh, no. No. See, that's the thing. I'm not. Anybody can take me and break me over their knee like a twig. I mean, look at me. Do I look like I even work out?
Frankly, it looks like you haven't left your hovel in probably a year.
Case in point.
Also, what the fuck are you wearing, man? What, are you got a weeb?
100%.
The more you talk, the less reassured I am about this whole situation.
And that's exactly why I surround myself with these people. Because, let's be honest here, me, I'm no threat. But this one can take you out from a mile away. This one can find out anything that she wants to. And that one over there, that one pretty much sits on the throne. Trust me when I say this. I'm not much, but I surround myself with very good friends. And
Good.
I am trying to make sure that no waves are getting caused.
You and me both, friend. So, what now?
Now, we get out of your hair. All we're doing is trying to locate some people, and that's it.
Perfect.
I mean, I will be taking a look around before we leave.
Beautiful. You can look around as much as your heart desires.
Excellent. So, she'll do her thing. We'll get out of your hair, and it's great meeting you. Hopefully, maybe we can do business sometime.
You know what? Fat chance, but at least you guys are coming clean about this. Go ahead. Take a look around. Just don't cause any fucking trouble. We may be thin bloods, but don't fucking test me.
Wouldn't dream of it.
If there's anything I learned from Thin Bloods, it's don't underestimate them. I'm gonna look to Acer.
Aw, thank you.
Don't do that.
No? No?
No.
Okay. Well,
No,
all right.
too
Anyways,
soon. Just take the
too soon,
compliment
okay.
and ride with it, okay?
Fair
Yeah.
enough, riding with it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So unless anyone else has any questions, anybody? All right. Well, it's been great meeting you.
Titan, go ahead and give me a wits plus awareness, please, because you've been the quiet one observing this.
Fair enough. 2 successes.
2 successes. You do notice as everyone begins to kind of turn their back, you just kind of glance. You see that Jordan, over the course of the conversation, has been slowly running his hand along one side of his desk, and you can see as you just lean a little bit, his finger had been sitting upon some kind of maybe button or trigger, and as everyone begins to move away, he slowly moves his hand away from it.
I glance over at him in his direction. Just catches my gaze. I give him a very slight nod and make my way out of the room.
Does anyone else do anything?
We came here, got what we needed, so in my mind, I'm good to just follow everybody out.
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
I mean, I'll take a look around, final glances, but I've been watching probably.
What were you specifically watching for?
Mostly watching Jordan, I'd say, and reactions.
Trying to get his
along
overall emotional state?
Yep, I'm also probably watching Acer a little bit with all of that, since he made his declaration.
I say for this, since you're more kind of glean his emotional state, go ahead and give me a wits plus insight.
Okay.
Don't forget, if you want a little extra edge, you can always rouse the blood for an extra die.
That's only 2 successes.
2 successes. You can't help but also notice his hand is gripping one side of the desk very tightly. You can see, even though he gives off this very broad-shouldered demeanor, a real heavy front image, he's very uncomfortable. The moment that Acer called his title and he realized who he exactly was dealing with, he's very uncomfortable. He's very nervous. And he's very watchful. You notice his eyes don't just stay on Acer. He had been routinely looking at every single ended person in a roundabout section, almost seeming like he's sizing up. Trying to gain maybe a threat assessment. Not entirely sure where his mind might be with 2 successes, but you know he is definitely nervous, knowing now that there are 4 kindreds sitting right in his office with him.
Do I get the sense that he's hiding something?
You're not entirely sure. He's not saying everything, though. He seems to be telling you exactly what you need to know and answer your questions as simply as he can. Not much of a hesitation. I will make a note of that. Whether he's lying or admitting, hard to say.
Yeah, I'm good.
Kind of waves a hand as Acer, you pull open a door and you do see on the outside of this hallway now, on each side of the wall, there are 2 very large bouncered men in full tuxes waiting by the door that were not there before. And they just nod their head to you as you all begin to funnel into the hallway, the music now growing louder as the door has been opened.
I just nod back, gentlemen.
I probably want to head back down to that bar area, but I don't want to talk to anyone because seeing as he's giving me the hint that, something else is going on, I don't want to alert anyone else.
Okay.
I probably just go grab a drink.
Okay. In the meantime, as you guys can see, Onyx very briskly began to walk and separate herself from the rest of your group. She immediately seems to make a beeline toward the bar and makes herself comfortable on one of the bar stools and lifts a hand. In the meantime, what do the three of you want to do? As now the music down here is very much louder. It has gone into this strange fusion. Gotta be honest, it's not good. It's very bad. For those with a rock taste, it is a butchering of the greatest dishonor. The crowd seems to enjoy it, but that might be the liquor-infused intoxication at that point.
Oh man, this place used to be so good.
I'm going outside to check the dumpster. This is just painful.
Okay.
I will let these three know.
As Grayson walks by, I'm just gonna turn to Crescent and just be like, all right, everyone seems on edge. Did I do something wrong? Was I not supposed to do that?
Honestly, I think you did the best thing you could have possibly done in that situation. So, no. Just don't look back. Stop caring.
Okay, because I'm just trying to get a feel up for things right here, because I know, like, adding
He's
pop
you're
rocks.
fine. Don't
Okay,
give
but
her a nickname.
look, I'm just trying to make sure, we respect the boundary things.
Yeah, invite her into the group, why don't you? That'll go great.
Okay, Crescent, I don't know her. You ever heard the term keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer? Every single vampire we know has tried to...
Kindred.
Right. Sorry, still getting used to that. Every kindred that we know has always tried to fuck us over one way or another. I just want to make sure that this one doesn't do the same. If she's someone who left you for dead, do you really trust her to go out and clear our names?
Well, of course not, but everybody else seems to trust her, so why the fuck not, right?
It's not about trust, it's about keeping an eye on her. I want to make sure she doesn't screw over.
Is that what you're doing? Headbanging with her and having fun to shitty music?
For the record, yes, subpar music. But you know what?
Subpar is putting it very politely.
Look,
Do I catch Grayson real quick?
He does pass you as you are sitting at the bar waiting to get flagged down.
Before I do tug his sleeve, I just let him know that I'm going to meet him outside once in a minute.
See, she does this. I'm going to lean close to her. That's fair. I'm just going to see if I can glean anything odd, but I think you have a keener eye than I do.
Let me know what you see. I'll see if I can add to it.
I will notice, Acer, you see Crescent's eyes flicker up very quickly before looking back at you, and she seems, if she wasn't irritated before, she's irritated now.
Oh.
Can we go now?
Stick. Okay. Why don't we go somewhere else?
Oh,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
I never would have thought of that. Thanks.
We'll go out the back. Come on.
Do you know where the back is of this stupid place?
We got permission to look around. So long as we don't touch anything, I'm sure we'll find the back eventually. Let's go.
I don't know how long that hospitality is going to last, but I don't know. Maybe you scared him long enough.
Pretty sure it wasn't me that did the scaring. Come on.
I'll follow him. Begrudgingly.
No worries. So, going round robin with this, as Onyx, Grayson kind of leans back and nods with you, affirming, noticing you, and we'll go scope the place out. You wait at the bar and kind of flag down as a very thin, tall-looking man, broad nose, but really cut jaw, thin neck, and a very actually nicely dressed attire. Slack pants with white and black pinstripe shirt, white being the dominant color. It comes up and around. Little bow tie that comes off, frames him very well as he twirls a mixture over his shoulder, catches it, and begins pouring a drink. He leans over. And what can I do for you, Pink?
Gin and tonic, please.
Oh, coming right up, sweetheart. One moment. Spins around, slides his drink down the table as you see a couple of cute girls down at the corner give him a flag as 3 glasses go sliding over before he immediately begins combining the mixtures and begins giving it a good shake. So, haven't seen your face around here before.
New in town.
It takes a curve of orange slice, kind of slides it off to the side. Not traditional in the slightest, but it looks nice as he kind of slides over a martini glass for you.
All right. I take a good sniff before I take a sip. Not that he can see it. It's just,
Not the best. You've had definitely better. Better than you'd expect a club like this to do. So am I gonna tap for you, or are you just gonna pay for one?
Oh, just the one.
Yeah.
One and done.
That would be $15, please.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't make the prices.
Inflation.
I don't make the prices. Please don't yell at me.
Damn.
No worries about it. How long have you worked here?
Been here for about maybe 8 months or so.
Not bad. What do you think?
I mean, kind of leans over for a moment, just kind of checking over his shoulder and seeing that his other associate seems to be handling the other side of the bar just fine. Hate the fucking music here, but the guy pays well.
Hey, that works.
I mean, to be fair,
I mean,
it beats being paid $3 an hour and anywhere else as a fucking bartender and living off tips. The guy actually pays a salary here.
Hey, that's good.
And I mean,
So he's a decent guy then? Is this a good place? I don't know. I'm scoping out clubs.
go ahead and give me a
I'm
charisma.
batting my eyelashes.
Give me a charisma manipulation, and don't forget to add your bonus because you are considered good.
Thank you. So I got 5, and 3 of them are 10s. 5 successes and 3 of them are 10s. I don't know what that does.
Okay, so you had 5
Holy
normal
shit.
successes
She's
and then
getting
3
drinks
10s.
for the rest of her life.
So just make sure I'm clear. So you had 5 regular successes and then 3 additional 10s. Is that correct?
No, 3. I have 3 successes
Uh-huh.
that are regular and 3 that are 10s.
Ah, I see. So
Okay,
that
so-
would be 8. That'd be 8 successes.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Just want to make sure because I know you still use numbered dice. We're working on that.
Yes.
But no worries. That would be a total of 8 successes.
Okay.
So as you kind of just sip this gin and tonic and just kind of bat your eyelashes at him, you can't help but feel a little bit of that sixth feminine satisfaction in the back of your mind as he immediately leans on both of his elbows and you can see his jaw just kind of slack a little bit as he just kind of does a very obvious slow up down back at you before looking back in your eyes. Sorry, yeah, I mean, he gets real bashful as he gets like playing with the back of his head a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the boss is, I can't say the boss is bad. I mean, I don't really see him too often. He seems like a busy guy. But overall, like the trashy music, drinks are good. People tend to keep to their own, and there's not too much hassle that goes on here. I haven't seen that many fights break out in the club for once, so that's always a good thing.
You said not a whole lot of fights? I mean, I don't know the good places to hang out. So I'm, you want somewhere that's fairly safe for, people like me. You wouldn't say that I'm going to get some flack here, am I?
He looks over his shoulder for a moment. As long as you get drinks from me, you'll be fine.
Ooh, someone I should avoid?
Look, I don't want to say anything, but
I can keep secrets.
look, the best thing, I'm new here, so they're still kind of teaching me all the stuff, but sometimes I see people order a drink and it seems to hit them pretty fucking hard. And I'm not sure if it's maybe because we got some college lightweights around that are just used to sipping on White Claw all damn day, but, it's like, it makes me a little concerned. So, I promise, though, get them from me. I'll make sure you won't overpour. I like you. I want to keep you around. So, how often do you come out?
I mean, here and there. Not too crazy, but, I do enjoy having a good time. So,
Me too.
But, girls stay sexy, don't get murdered, right? We want to make sure that we're not
I don't think you have to really worry about that department. You look fantastic. I love what you do with the hair.
It is Capitol Hill, though. You never know around this place.
It's not the first time I had to help one of my coworkers to their car.
Gotcha. Get a lot of people that to end up outside on the street in the morning, or is it pretty classy around here?
I mean, as far as I know, when I come in for the morning shift, I don't really see anybody outside. No one's really hanging around our alleyway. Bouncers keep it pretty clear. They keep the riffraff out.
And then I'll lean in and I'm like, so is the one that I need to avoid here?
He just kind of suddenly just leans a bit closer to you as well, and you do see a bit of red underneath the side of his eyes a little bit. He seems flustered as you kind of lean into him, but he does kind of lean over and goes, yeah, just, like I said, just ask for me. My name is Nick, by the way.
Nick, got it. Good to meet you, Nick.
I mean, it's a pleasure meeting you, too.
You know what, Nick? Can I get your number?
What? Fuck yeah, sure. 1 second as he turns around. Let me get the fuck. As he turns around, you see him actually knock over like a whole line of glasses, just on the ground. Shit. 1 sec. Shit. As he gets out down behind the counter. Are you doing it in the meantime, or are you just letting him fumble over his mess?
I am probably watching around the area for anything. I'm using the distraction to check out anything.
Give me a Wits plus awareness and go ahead and add 2 dice for the very good setting of the situation.
Okay.
That was proper English, kind of.
Sorry. So, like I said, I have numbers. So.
Oh, you're fine. Take your time. Anything is 6 and above is success. 10 is critical.
No criticals, but 4 successes. One of them is on the hunger thing.
Perfect. 4 successes. Kind of glancing around a little bit, keeping up the act. You do glance over a bit at his additional compatriot, who is slinging drinks like crazy. You're actually moderately impressed how much of a showmanship he is as he begins mixing 2 different types of shakers, throw each of them over his shoulder, catches them, and then cracks them open and begins pouring a line of 8 glasses with this strange multicolored concoction that changes color as he pours it out, starting from one spectrum of the rainbow all the way out to the other. He gives a small match toss. It all flares up before he takes this long, what appears to be like almost pummeler, and just puts it all out at once. A bunch of girls in front of him start clapping as he begins handing out drinks. You do notice as he grabs 2, it does a flourish. As he turns around, though, you can see as he lifts his wrist a little bit, and a small tablet drops into one as he spins it around and gives it to the women.
Fun. What girl does he give it to?
It is a very curvy woman, about maybe 5'2", bleach blonde hair, wearing way too much makeup, bright red lipstick, but she's dressed in the 9s right now. Blue club dress, a slight leg slit that comes up a little bit too high on the thigh, where one would be careful sitting down. She's laughing and giggling with friends, clapping over the bar guy. You can see her slip him like a $5 bill as a tip as he takes a small flourish and a smile. Very charming-esque type smile, a little flirtatious as she does sip off her glass.
Okay. I'll probably keep an eye on her in the corner of my eye.
Fair enough. At that point, Nick does sit there like, okay, I'm good. Sorry about that. Pen, paper. Yeah. Actually, what the fuck? What am I doing? Let me just text you. As you can see, he pulls out his phone out of his apron pocket. Goes, what's your number? As he begins unlocking his phone.
I hand him my phone, actually, and I've got the contact thing already, and I let him put it in there.
He'll tuck his phone away, and he goes, okay. So yeah, I get off in like an hour if you're like not busy or something.
Good to know. Maybe you'll be able to shove me around.
I'd be more than happy to.
Sweet. Well, I'll send something your way. And I'll just finish off the drink and thank him.
You know what?
And,
drinks on the house for you.
Oh. And I'll just smile and give him a wink and head out towards the back door.
He gives a small shrug as you turn away, but you can't help but notice as you turn away and get up, you just hear him go, oh.
I'm also keeping an eye on the gal and making note to make sure to check on her later.
Okay. So you're going to try to keep an eye on her as you kind of motion around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully she'll still be there when I get back from the dumpster.
All right. So we'll move over to Grayson now. As you come out the front door, the bouncer doesn't give you much of a look around as you begin following your way across the side of the building. Even out here, the music is loud and imposing. over the course of a few minutes, it goes from this strange, heavy mix to what you could only describe as a fusion between 70s techno and Led Zeppelin. It appears that it really is an indie night, so to speak, before you have to kind of cut through some of the line. People kind of shove you a little bit as you have to make your way through, trying your best not to get your suit dirty with all the body glitter that tends to be hanging around as you kind of make your way towards the alley.
Why do they wear so much of this? Understand. Fix that later. And as I push past people, I'm going to make my way around into the alley where I would assume they're where they would throw the trash away, things like that, and just kind of not go in it just yet, but I want to see, just kind of case it, like how far is it? Is there any ways in and out of it, as in is it straight through to the other side, or is there dividing ways?
Based on what you're taking a look here, it appears to be a very straight and long type of alleyway. It has one door to your right, facing on where the club would come out. Understand that's probably where maybe kitchen staff or it's a back entrance of some kind would come out to the dumpster. You do see it farther down, way on the other side of the alley, on the opposite wall. There is another door, probably for the building next to it, but it is just a very long, straight, and narrow alleyway. Currently, there's no one here. You don't see any vagrants or anyone kind of just loitering within the space at the moment. And as you kind of just sit there and kind of case it, you do wait for a moment or two before the side door does open for a moment. The music immediately blaring out here, and it's worse being clear. You prefer it muffled as it hits into a famous Led Zeppelin solo, but there is this obnoxious EDM beat at a much higher tempo than it needs to be, and it just makes you hurt inside. As you see a man with a small little bit of a cigarette outside of his mouth, hold a massive trash bag over his shoulder on the nearby dumpster. For a moment, he kind of takes a small puff, looks over to you. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just taking a moment, catch a breath. Gets a little warm.
Don't fucking blame you.
I make my way over to him.
As you kind of get over, he lets his foot go and with the door closed behind him. So, what's up? How you doing?
Not bad. Just, like I said, I'm taking a break from the inside. That's it's banging, but
that's what you want to call it.
I mean, all right. If I'm honest, banging trash cans with a baseball bat.
That would be a fucking improvement. I prefer garbage punk.
Just waiting for them to start playing rusty garbage nails, just being dragged.
Again,
man.
An improvement.
Look,
what happens when it's indie night? You get some interesting people, but I just say thank God I work in the fucking kitchen where it's too fucking loud to hear myself think.
That makes sense. It's not so bad. You worked there for a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you like it? Is there anything? I mean, I worked in a few soup kitchens, but that's about it. Just get a little extra on the side.
Give me a charisma plus streetwise.
Okay. 2 successes.
Successes?
2.
Blows it out and kind of drops it down to the bud and puts it out. Not bad. Pays well. Go to the fucking mask situation going on. Gonna mug me or something?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Kind of looks stupid if you ask me.
I mean, I am borrowing it from a friend.
That's probably the story you should go with.
What can you do, right? Just trying to. I'm trying to get into that. I don't get how the dressing thing works, man. Nowadays, it's fucking.
I gotta go back to work, bro. Good luck with you. as he seems to be very quickly just uninterested in this conversation.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna let him go back in. But as soon as the door closes, I'm going to peek over to the trash.
You see he pulls something from the apron, a set of keys, actually, on a ring. It's little ostentatious for a back door. As he kind of opens the door and very quickly slips himself inside, and you hear it close with a little bit of effort.
You've revealed too much to me already. a lot of security for a door from a kitchen. But as soon as the door closes, I am going to take a look around. How far down the alley am I now?
You're about halfway. It's about maybe 10 foot one direction, 10 feet in the other direction. But give or take.
All right. Perfect. I'm going to activate Sense the Unseen.
Sense the Unseen. It's a very boring response. Looking around, you don't see any form of magic or runes or things hiding off the bat immediately. Though something does kind of twitch over in the far distance for just a split moment. Go ahead and give me, let me check the roll for it, because it's been a while. Come on. Hero, work with me. There we go. It's going to be a Wits plus Aspects.
Wits and my Aspects. Which that's not combined well, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, better. 3 successes this time.
3 successes. As you kind of just look around for a moment, you catch for just a split second something very odd. You almost missed it. Then you take a second look and your eyes focus on it. What wasn't there, as you look back, there appears to be the silhouette of someone just standing at the very far end of the alleyway. But it's like a black silhouette. The head is off at an odd side angle, the neck almost going to a perfect 90-degree angle. One arm is twisted almost backwards. The other one seems to just kind of hold over to the side of his shoulder and just leaning over, standing straight. The buckled kneeward in stance, and it just stands there motionless for a moment.
Reach for my phone.
The moment you move, it moves very quickly and just dashes away like a blur.
Damn it! I'm going to take out my phone and send a message to Acer. Get over here, found something. And I'm going to chase after it.
Okay. So, that's a good point. Acer, as you and Crescent are inside the club, now being hit with the Led Zeppelin mixtape, so to speak, you guys begin kind of perusing around the back way of the club. And as you're looking around, there's no back entrance in the lobby area. The wall basically comes into almost ceiling high, about 10, 15 feet out from where you can tell the upper level is, just floor windows, many spaced out very evenly with very bright red and pink curtains that kind of glitter and dazzle the rotating chaoticness of the light show. As you're kind of going around the wall looking a bit, you do see at this point Onyx, who's also kind of working towards the same direction. No back door. You do see like behind the stairwell, behind the stage, it does lead into what appears to be a kitchen area. As you all begin to go closer to proximity, Onyx, as you're kind of keeping an eye out, you do watch, it's not very hard, as that same platinum blonde woman, as she is sipping on her drink, kind of begins to mingle within the crowd with maybe about 4 other girls as they begin to all dance to the music and to enjoy themselves for the evening, keeping an eye on them. But Acer, after a few moments, you guys get closer together, your phone goes off.
I'm gonna open it up. Oh, crap. Where's Grayson?
Wait, what do you mean? I thought he went out back.
Out back. Cool. We're going.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll follow behind Acer.
You do overhear this, Onyx.
We're going to head for the entrance then, because clearly this building is not up to code and doesn't have fire escapes. It would be shut down pretty damn quickly. I'll have to talk to the manager about that. But I'm going to make my way quickly to the back, whatever exit I can, nearest one.
You guys begin, again, like I said, rotating the wall. There is no back entrance within the main lobby. There's the front entrance and the entrance towards the kitchen, it appears like. These guys just want to start barging through the kitchen.
Actually, yeah, I'm going to barge through the kitchen. That'd be the quickest way out.
You guys bolt through there as well?
Yeah, I'll follow him.
I'm following Acer, so
you
yes.
know what? On my way through the kitchen, if I see a knife, a meat cleaver or something, I'm just going to grab it and be like, I'll bring this back, thanks.
Go ahead and give me, for this, you know what? Give me a dexterity plus melee, because you're just going to try and snatch this thing with a quick hand. I mean, that's what I'm going to say is this is.
Oh, yeah. I literally am letting him know. I'm like grabbing it and yelling it out, like, I'll return this later.
If anybody looks at him, can I help him by kind of like glaring down anybody who's going to make a move towards him?
Take an extra die.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Obvious
All right,
predator!
dexterity plus you said melee?
Yeah, dex and melee. 'Cause it's quick, rather than not quick enough without dropping it.
I actually have good melee and an extra die. I'm so happy.
You don't suck at everything, my friend.
That was absolutely garbage, so I'm going to burn a willpower.
All right, you take a point of superficial willpower damage.
I'm going to roll 3 of my black die. Ooh, much better. 4 successes.
4 successes. As you all 3 barge in very quickly, you all have to kind of duck out of the way as it appears a server carrying a massive plate of food of like nachos, mozzarella sticks, and like small sliders, like leads in the way. Ah, shit! As the tray falls over, splattering food all over the floor. Crescent, you and Alexander just like jump and leap over him, just moving very quickly as Acer runs and grabs a very large, it's not really a cleaver, but it's a very large meat carving knife off the side of the table. He goes, I'll bring this back. Like, you see the cook reach out, try to grab him. Immediately as Crescent, you just glare him down. And he kind of freezes just for a split second. But long enough for you guys to shove past him.
As soon as I open the door, I'm going to take a couple steps out with like the knife ready and just look around for like any danger.
Looking around very quickly, you do notice as you see Grayson just tail end at the very corner, just as it begins to spin off the side.
Oh dear, oh dear. I'm going to look back as Crescent and Onyx right behind me.
They're right on your heels.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I'm going to look at Crescent and I'm going to be like, you're good at like roof hopping, right? Can you get up top, follow, go that way?
I'm gotta admit I'm not the best at it, but I'm probably better than you guys.
Excellent. Do your assassin thing. Pokemans, come here. You're with me.
I'll do what Acer says, and I'm
He's-
gonna start
I
seeing
don't-
climb the roof.
I don't acknowledge the Pokemon comment, but I
He's-
am
he's-
following.
He's not even going to wait for a response. He's just going to fucking bolt after Titan.
Fair enough. Crescent, as you are looking around, there isn't really necessary much to work off here at this particular area. There is no type of ladder or stairwell nearby, but you do see there is a drainage pipe not too far ahead if you want to try and scale up that.
Parkour. that shit.
Yeah, and if possible, I'd like to add some fleetness to this because I know I don't have like anything like soaring leap, but I've got fleetness, so that works.
All right, go give me a rouse check.
And Peter, I do have my Beretta on
Success.
me, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's drawn.
Okay, you do not
So
get
was
hungry
mine.
here. Go ahead and give me a
Oh,
dex
God.
plus athletics plus 2 for your celerity.
Oh lordy. Okay. 2. Wait, that's 2 crits. Oh. Ooh. Okay. 4. 6 successes.
6 successes. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Onyx, you draw your Beretta as you quickly camera around and begin flying down with Acer down in the hallway as Grayson. You're the first one around the corner. What do you do?
Do I still have eyes on whoever this is?
And give me another wits plus aspects.
Two successes.
Successes. The moment you come around the corner, it's like a ghost. It's gone.
Did I recognize that he had like whatever that thing was had like maybe like could I infer that it was injured? Maybe like because
Give me
it
an
looked like it
intelligence
sounded like
plus medicine.
Okay. Let me see. That will be 5 successes.
5
That's the critical.
successes. The way the body was standing in front of you in silhouette, that's a lot of actually successes. You can tell not only it would be injured, but the state of the body makes no sense. The quick silhouette that you saw, you could not see any features in the lighting that you saw, but it felt like the silhouette was darker than it much should be, as if it wasn't quite a shadow. It looked solid, but it was definitely using some kind of obfuscate to try and hide. It seemed to be watching you. But the part that concerns you is that it's very gaunt. The frame was very narrow, but the anatomy does not constitute a functioning body. The neck was almost perfectly parallel towards the shoulder. You could see almost a perfect angle from where the neck connects to the head, indicating that broken neck, broken vertebrae, or just horrible, horrible abnormality. The body seemed very lean and lithe, almost bony. It looked like it should not be able to stand on its own, but yet it was. And it moved fast. You almost missed it, but it moved away from your vision the moment that you made a move towards it.
Okay, so I lost track of it. I'm gonna keep going in that direction, but I'm not going as quick because I want to kind of take a look around. I'm looking for any fluids like blood.
Blood.
That will eliminate that. I'm trying to narrow down my ideas.
Okay, go ahead and for this, give me a wits plus investigation. At this point, Crescent, you have scaled to the top of the roof, and Acer and Onyx have come around the corner. As we roll this, we're taking a very small intermission. So,
Ooh, everybody take your breaks.
Everyone take a small break, get a nice drink, go to the bathroom. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes or so. Please bear in mind, I will be running a small ad during this to kind of help knock away that nasty, annoying pre-roll so that way anyone coming in can enjoy the stream very cleanly. So please bear with that for just a moment, and we'll be back in a moment.
See you guys in a bit.
See.
I'm at 3 hunger. It was just I'm just not me when I'm hungry.
She's hangry right now, and unfortunately, a Snickers is not going to help this situation.
No, it's not.
So back into it, everyone.
Yes.
They're just very much enjoying the new intermission and getting all uppity about Sun because there's some history there that Onyx is not privy to.
I know nothing.
Coming back into it as we fade back into the scene. As Grayson, what's your roll amount?
I only got 1 success on that one.
1 success. We'll get to your moment then. As immediately Acer and Onyx, you come flying around the corner. Onyx, you carry your Beretta and have it loaded and ready as you come around the corner to see Grayson is on the ground, and you can definitely see him like searching around very intently. However, Grayson, you don't see any blood or fluids. You do accidentally put your hand in a messy puddle, but other than that, you don't really see anything, at least in that regard.
Can I use like the heightened senses thingy to check?
You want to use heightened
To
senses?
see if I see them? Yeah.
What sense are you trying to heighten?
I have to pick one, right?
Yeah, either any of your senses, but it has to be one you're trying to focus on.
Sight, I guess, if I can see anything that
Okay.
he was chasing after.
You enhance your sight. Your eyes begin to shift just a moment, and the world begins to brighten up around you. The darkened light of this back side of this building now shines as if it was almost daytime for you. You can see fine details within the material of the stonework itself nearby on the brick. Go ahead and give me a Wits plus awareness, and Wits plus investigation, and you can go ahead and add your Auspex rating to this.
Sweet. Five successes.
5 successes. Back to you in a moment. But Crescent, you quickly get one good footing and long jump, almost halfway up the side of the building with your fleet before grabbing, using momentum, parkours off the side of a small bit of a drainage canal and almost do a full flip and land on the ceiling without making a single noise. As you reach the top of the roof, immediately prepared for whatever may be coming. It is a flat surface roof. No shingles or anything. It looks like what you would see at the top of most modern construction buildings. There doesn't seem to be any obvious roof access either. It's just a barren roof with a bit of steam vents here and there that let obviously some kind of AC circulation out. But you look around and at first glances, you don't see anything. It smells like rain. It's wet up here as it's coming down a little bit. Nothing up here. It's roughly about 2 stories high.
Okay, so it's not terribly far, but not too short.
If
either.
a human were to jump here, they're going to break a leg.
Gotcha.
At the very
Okay, so
least.
I'll just kind of call down to them at a voice level that I know that only they could kind of hear of, like, guys, nothing up here.
Now, she says this, Onyx, you look around. There's no fluids or blood or bodies or anything, but you do notice along the bricking of the wall, the texture of a piece of it looks odd, and you lean closer to it. As you can see, with your heightened sight, very texture of the brick is naturally crumbly and porous because it's compressed material. But you notice 5-finger spacings of long slash-like marks that look almost as if about the width of a cat's claw that seems to almost scrape up. Up. But the more you look, as you look up towards the middle point of the building, you see that it begins branching off different paths. It looks overlapping. Some go sideways, others go more up, others go sideways, then up. This wall has been clawed on quite a bit. The fresh is going straight up.
Looks like something has climbed up here. Are you sure you don't see anything?
Can I examine the ground, see if I see any marks, footprints, anything like that would signal that somebody had been up here at all?
Give me a Wits plus awareness. The moment, Acer and Grayson, what are you guys doing?
If I don't see anything, I'd probably be looking to Onyx and probably back up to Crescent to see what keep a grasp on the situation. I'm looking along the wall, maybe where I can see her pointing, I assume.
You look up with Sense the Unseen still active. Don't see anything.
I got 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. Ace of the moment, though, as Onyx has made this aware, what do you wish to do?
Well, luckily, Crescent is high up, so we don't need to worry about that. She's got a good vantage point there. What do I want? I don't think I can do anything right now. Like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk up to Grayson and be like, Titan? What the hell? What are we
can I
looking for?
feel anything?
Are you
Like,
trying to...
I see these scratches. Yeah, can I feel them?
You put your hand on and feel across it. Are you trying to trigger a premonition, or are you trying to feel what it feels like?
Like, he can't see it. I want to see if it's there. Yeah, but no, I do want to trigger. I want to try and trigger a premonition.
Go ahead and give me a rouse check.
Okay. 8.
8. You are good.
Okay. But while I'm doing that, I kind of hold, like, I'm gonna put my hand to the wall while I'm doing that, but I also am gonna grab or like put my hand out for Grayson's hand, and I'm gonna try and, like, if he'll take it, like, try and push him against the wall, his hand, like a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. Okay,
that's fine. Do what you want.
But, like,
in the middle of the conversation,
I'm, like, trying to
Grayson,
grab his hand.
In the middle of this conversation, Grayson, as you see Onyx kind of like just have the choreograph, like put her hand on the wall. She just spins her hand around and she captures you off the back of your hand without even looking at you. Begins like pulling you towards the wall. Do you resist?
No, I have a feeling this is. I think I can assume that she's doing something.
Acer just kind of
crazy.
Acer just kind of tenses up because that was very sudden, and he still has the knife in his hand, so he's ready for the betrayal. He's like, eh.
After a moment, as you watch as she just puts the hand against the wall with you, as you watch her eyes immediately roll back as she puts the hand on the wall. Go ahead and give me a Zal plus Aspects, Onyx. Go ahead and make your roll. We'll come back in just a moment. As Crescent, you begin to look around very carefully, aware of your surroundings. Don't have any place to hide. You don't walk around for a bit, just kind of checking around any type of corner there would be. Check over the side of the railing.
Can I have my not the gun, because I don't know if one bullet is going to do me much good, but can I have, like, the dagger that I brought just ready?
Yeah, you can have your knife.
Okay. I just want to make sure while I'm looking around, just establishing that.
Hand on your knife, you just kind of being very careful, you begin moving around and it's kind of searching your space. There's nothing up here. You don't see anything. But you do notice at one point as you kind of step towards the center of the building, you hear as it feels like a piece of the ground underneath you has shifted a little bit with your weight. There's something loose underneath you. And you do see that there is a piece of concrete that seems to lift a little.
Is there any way that I can tamper with that? Like, pick up a piece of it, or, like...
If you want to try to get your knife in there, you can try maybe just pry it out if you want. It's not necessarily hard.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I wanted to gauge, like, how big of a crack is this?
It's not very big. It's probably about the size of a small book. It's not necessarily perfect in shape. It's roughly the same size.
Okay, then I'll try and use one of my daggers and kind of jam that in there and see if I can pry something.
You kind of try and kind of work it a little bit, give you a little bit of finger hold. It's not hard as you kind of get your nails and kind of pull back and pull it off. It seems to be connected to nearby steam vent that you can feel a bit of warm air coming from where you would assume would be the kitchen below. As you kind of pull some of the loose rubble away in pieces. You see a small fanny pack.
Is there a zipper? Is it open?
There's a zipper on it.
I'm gonna kind of take the dagger and just kind of open it, like, with the tip of the dagger. I know it's not gonna do any good, but just as, like, an extra, like, I'm not touching this thing.
Just very careful. You just undo the bag, kind of lift the flap open a little bit. You see inside. There appears to be looks to be like a very large glass container of some kind of liquid that sloshes a little bit with along the stopper of one end. It appears to be maybe a repurposed alcohol bottle. There appears to be some kind of combination of wiring and a bit of a strange piece of like wiring itself going inside the bottle, wire around it, connected to some kind of circuit board attached to a stopper, but there is a small green light on it.
Does this look familiar to what we encountered with Duncan?
Give me an intelligence plus technology.
Oh, great, because my technology is so good as a Lasombra. Give me a second.
I know nothing. I can't say anything.
I'll get to you in a second, sir. I don't think. Yeah, that's one success.
We'll come back to you in just a moment as this.
Can I call down to Acer really quick? Hey, Acer, what does a bomb look like?
And we will come back to that in just a moment. As Onyx, what is your roll?
6 successes.
No messies or anything?
No.
Dang, you're rolling like fire tonight, girl.
Holy shit.
The
masquerade gods are upon you.
The moment that your hand touches the wall and your eyes roll back, several images flash very rapidly back to back. For immediately, that familiar first image of the pressure pot and the sound of screaming steam erupts into your ears as you can see that dented, beat-in pressure pot just erupting out of the valve. You see another image as this strange silhouette appears to be in mid-burst, as if it just broken out of its container. You see shards of metal and pieces flying in every direction as it just surrounded as steam. This is a strange, gaunt figure. And you recognize the face, but it is heavily contorted and twisted in this almost perfect agony-esque scream. Its jaw locked as you can hear this almost guttural, undulating snarl erupting from its chest, kind of reverberating in your ears. The neck is twisted to one angle, almost looking as if it's been broken entirely. Limbs are twisted and awkward with these massive, extended, figure-like claws that come out one end. It has a humanoid proportion, a man, and you recognize the face as being one of the missing individuals, but someone that was missing almost 25 years ago and had been long since cold and forgotten. The body itself, though, is naked in comparison. It's just shrouded in this black skin, almost oily and rockish at the same time. Gaunt all the way into the ribs, as if there's just no stomach left behind. You can even see its pelvic bone pushing against what kind of membrane skin it should be. Bony-like limbs tucked into itself as it's just twisted in this mangled appearance. You see another flash as it just seems to go straight for one Jordan Ramirez. As you can see this massive claw just slash upward against him as he seems to be rearing back in mid-blow, trying to defend himself. And then another flash of it comes slamming out through a window and just disappears into them. These very tight, almost motion images are slightly blurry, as if you're catching it in mid-motion and freeze frame as it's happening very quickly one after another before you come back almost in an instant. Immediately as you come out of it, the sensation that you are left with, odd, but you just witnessed was horrific. Also, swear you can taste ash. Like you just took a spoonful from a campfire. Hot. As you hear Crescent ask, what does a bomb look like?
Acer's gonna immediately look up to her and be like, "What?"
You're the tech guy. You tell me, please.
He's immediately going to start searching around for anything he can climb to go see what the hell's going on.
There is another drain spout not too far away if you want to try and climb that.
Oh, my noodle arms. Yeah, he's going to be in a panic. He's going to see if he can climb that.
Get deck with athletics.
May I help him?
Give me a boost.
I'm going to interlock my hands and boost up.
By the way, as I'm having this vision, because I did have Grayson's hands.
You did.
I still am death gripped on his wrist.
So that is a point I was going to bring up, so thank you. As you're trying to pull away, you feel there's an iron grip on your wrist. Are you trying to forcefully pull your away from Onyx? But she is holding you in place as her eyes roll back and she is wide-eyed.
As I notice she's still hanging on, I turn back to her. Onyx, what did you say?
I just start I just start spilling out, like, as I'm seeing them, the images are spilling out, and I'm every couple of sentences, like, my hand is twitching, but I don't have a pen or paper, so I keep asking. I'll keep saying, "Write it down," as I tell him, like frenzied, like it's just kind of spitting out. If I can't write it down, it's coming out.
Immediately, she was just like, start writing, write down, and immediately like start just word vomiting the entire vision in very extreme detail as fast as she can.
I notice as she won't let go, I kind of search around to see if like my just like a small, like very ordinary like pocket notebook. Like,
You were
pull
old
out.
fashioned. You would
Grayson
have that.
would have one. Yeah, I
Right.
was like, Grayson would have one.
And there's a pen always like in it.
It's just a little tiny fountain pen just in the spiral of it.
It looks a little goofy because Grayson takes it out and then like has to bring his other hand down to grab the pen, and then he's like leaned over and he's writing this stuff down, kind of like because she won't let go of his other hand.
And as you're actually having a hard time trying to keep up, like it's as awkward as hell. Trying to flip the page. As you're trying to keep up to it, the image she's describing terrifies you, as it matches exactly what you saw, but in motion.
I imagine that, while I'm telling him that the Jordan guy that we just saw was getting murdered, I'm probably a little bit more frantic during that part too. I'm probably rocking a little bit.
I'm gonna make a note. He didn't look like he was dead, but he definitely looked like he got hurt.
I'm already climbing. I'm not waiting for this novel to end.
Yeah, but you're not telling me anything.
That's
so I'm
fair.
just like, guys.
What's your dex plus athletics? Because you're not being helped at the moment.
I can't help her at the moment. As she starts doing this, Grayson will probably get a lot more interest in what she's saying.
I can do.
What you got?
2.
That
is the max I can do.
Just enough. It's not pretty though. As Grayson, you start to get a little impatient. You're like, what's going on? As you look over the edge to see a combination of a very strange sight, as Onyx has got Grayson in a death grip, who is now almost curled over into her a bit, and you see him frantically doing something. You can't quite tell what it is. As you see Acer, like a high school nerd, essentially just, hey, inchworm. Inchworm.
God, why did I cut Jim?
He's doing it, but he's very
I told
slow.
you were bullied in gym class.
Is there anything I can use to help him that's around here? Is it probably not? But geez, I'm also a little bit concerned about Grayson, but I'm trying to like swallow that down and not think about it.
Honestly, there's really nothing up here you can do to help him. You just have to bear with the unholy patience of watching him get closer and closer and closer. You watch as he slips a little bit and loses about an inch.
Okay. I just gotta keep this up.
But finally, after maybe just about, you're about to hit the end of Onyx's description, which took about maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Acer, like you put your hand up and you're just in reach of Crescent to help you if she does.
I gotta need a pull. Just pull my arm. Not off. Just pull me up with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him.
It's not hard, and you just pull, and you just end up letting go of the drain pipe, and she just hoists you up with one arm and over the edge very easily.
Oh my God, you're surprisingly strong. What am I looking at?
I mean, it kind of looks similar to the thing we encountered before. It's over there in that concrete. There's some wires and a green light. I don't know.
And
Will you just give me a heads up?
I'm going to immediately go over and see if I can identify it.
Give me a intelligence plus tech.
Oh, I love rolling so much dice. Listen to this. Listen how many I have.
Ooh.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's okay. That's how I felt when we were in the tunnels. Just like, I'm good at this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5
successes.
Well, at least Crescent's instincts for danger are pretty close, because this is indeed something very volatile. As you can tell immediately just by the way it's designed and wired, just looking at the circuitry specifically. That is meant to overheat and blow. It is a very, 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 very crude and very hastily put together remote ignition charge. Strapped.
Remote?
As you can see, a small bit of coiling coming off the side of the exposed circuit and wires, as it's been almost embedded into a cork that comes into a spring of wires that come inside the liquid. And you can tell this is the kind of thing you do when you want a circuit to blow up. And normally, by itself, not really a problem. The problem is the fact that it looks like it seems to be inserted into all damn near 2/4 worth of some kind of liquid. And it looks slightly amber in color. You assume probably something fun.
I don't know why this is here, but this is most definitely a bomb of sorts.
Okay, great. Good job, me.
Pat on the back. Okay. Storyteller, there's 2 very important things that I need to know before I try to disarm this thing.
Okay.
1, does the circuit board have a connecting receiver to it, as in one of those circuit boards that connect to like-minded circuit boards? I'm trying to figure out if this thing is tethered to other bombs, because I don't want to disarm one and have it trigger the others.
Give me for this, I would say wits plus tech.
Okay. I'll stick with 3.
3 successes. Circuit board itself, and I'll describe it in more greater detail. It appears to be, it's been taped, it's an electrical tape, to what appears to be a small square black device with there's a piece of gold, like a strip of glass over it. Almost like it should be a screen, but it is dark. And it has been electrically taped to this device. There are some wires coming out to the board itself. Both the square device and the board, there are 4 prongs you can see just barely coming into the stopper, and 2 sets of wires, all the same color, have been fed through the cork as well, which also connect to the circuit board and are now exposed in the liquid itself. The whole thing has been duct taped to hold it all together. It's not necessarily a mastercraft, but you definitely can see there is a green light indicating that something is powered. There is electricity on this device. And as do you touch it at all? I have to ask.
I'm not touching the circuitry. I am holding it up just so I can turn it and get a full view of it, but it's more like from the bottom.
The entire thing
very careful.
The entire thing is warm. The touch.
Okay.
Do I need to touch it?
And it is and just so you know, it is a cold night. If this was sitting out here for a long time, you know it should be very cold. This entire device is.
No. That's a very bad thing. Don't touch it. If the circuitry freaks out and it warms up anymore, it's going to activate and it's going to send fire raining down.
Okay. Well, you see, I'm learning because I didn't touch it. I touched it with my dagger. So, yeah. Right?
You are extremely intelligent.
Thank you.
Okay. This thing looks like it's remote controlled. I don't know if disconnecting it from the remote will trigger anything.
So somebody has a remote to it?
I'm assuming it's more of a failsafe because this thing looks like it's warming up to go off on its own.
But why here? Is this okay? Storyteller, is this on top of the club building, or is this the building across from it?
This is on top of the club.
Okay, so somebody wanted the club to have a little bit of an explosion?
Crescent, can you go make sure that there is not more of these? Search the roof, make sure there's no more of these little cracks.
Yeah, sure. And I will begin kind of searching for similar cracks in the foundations and stuff.
All right, go ahead and give me a for this.
And I'll kind of look on the sides, not like scaling the building, but just kind of glancing like over the sides.
For this, go ahead and give me another wits plus investigation as we go ahead and go back to Onyx and Grayson. So in a moment, what you guys are doing as you just get to the end of the pad and you're like, Dip! And then then it hits you. That's exactly what you saw. In the split moment you saw it before it just vanished. That's what you saw.
So I'm probably, you said I was tasting ash, right?
You tasted a significant taste of ash in your mouth.
So I'm probably choking a bit, and I've got one hand on him. I have the gun on the other, so I'm probably pressing it to my temple a little bit and trying to gain composure. And then I'll look to Grayson almost like a little childlike, and just ask him, what does it say?
It's... Did you see this?
Yeah. Is it what you were chasing after?
Exactly the thing I was chasing after.
And then it went after who we just spoke with.
So something was coming after it. I'm not saying this very loud. I've like very carefully, like I imagine she's still death gripping on me, so I'm just barely carefully like getting her back onto her feet.
You do notice there's a very sharp switch in her behavior all of a sudden. This smiley, eye batty, femme fatale almost seems to just like someone flipped the light switch on, and all of a sudden she just looks at you like she's a 5-year-old little girl outside of her home when she should be asleep in bed, and she looks terrified as she's kind of like tapping the side of her side of her head with the butt of her Beretta, just coughing and spitting onto the ground, and nothing's coming out of her mouth.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put that in your hand? Put that back in your pocket now.
Oh, I'll set it down and nod at him, but then like almost like twitch to the side as if I'm still hearing things. Like it's probably taking me a second to get my bearings. You're sure that that's the thing that we wrote down? That's what you saw?
Without a doubt. Everything is correct. The improportions included.
I mean, I think I'd have to check my desk back at my office, but I'm pretty sure I recognized him.
You know it.
Missing case. Missing person's case. Damn it. Probably hits her head a little bit more.
You see, she kind of hits the side of her head. You actually watch it. She almost slams her face. It's very hard against the brick wall just for a moment with a heart few thuds against her forehead.
I'm going to go down and grab the gun and put it in like the pocket of the coat that I'm wearing, and then I'm gonna like try to pull her away a little bit, not forcefully, but just enough to be like, okay, that's enough. You did well. You did very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a moment, breathe.
He'll hear me. I'll start counting to myself. It sounds like I'm counting.
I have to ask, how overwhelmed does Onyx feel in this moment?
I mean, that was a pretty brutal vision, so probably not great.
Just go ahead and roll me your unspent willpower.
3 successes.
3 successes. You feel very overwhelmed at the moment. Your mind is racing, and you almost can hear the sound of your father whispering in your ear. This is not good. He knows something. He was a liar. That little snap-nosed club brat was a fucking liar. You knew it, and you didn't handle it. You should have handled it. You know better than this. And as you're starting to feel this sense of panic being overwhelmed, you were able to just white knuckle the hell out of it, and it slowly begins to push itself back.
He'll probably hear me counting, and in between the counting, I'll look like almost like I'm, because I'll be straightening myself and then trying to breathe, and then in between counting, I will kind of just look over to the side. Shut up.
I'm gonna look to where she's saying that too.
Nothing there.
Would Grayson, with a little bit of like psychiatric work he's done, would he start to recognize what's going on?
Give me an intelligence plus medicine.
Okay. 3 successes. Oh, excuse me, 4.
4. Remind me, Onyx, what is your exact mental disorder again?
Bipolar schizophrenia. So right now, schizophrenia, essentially, she'll hear voices or see things or feel sensations in the midst of distress.
And Grayson, she is showing the telltale signs. It's not the first time you've had to deal with schizophrenic, but it seems to be a very acute case.
As she turns the next time she turns to say, like, shut up, I'm going to step over to that side and say, and I'm going to count with her.
as you work to try and calm Onyx down, we'll go ahead and move back to our rooftop. Crescent, your roll.
3 successes.
3 successes.
Mhm.
It takes you a moment. As you are kind of scoping this place out, just so I know, Acer, in the meantime, what are you doing?
Acer is looking over the circuit board and trying to figure out a way to disarm this thing without causing it to activate.
It's very tricky for this. You're probably going to need a composure plus science.
Okay.
Because there's...
Composure.
This isn't as simple as a red wire, blue wire. They're all the same color. It is very ragtag. It's put together not badly, but not necessarily meant to be pretty by design either.
So, if it helps, knowing that this thing, the way it activates is it heats up in order to cause it to fritz out and activate, that means there has to be some sort of power source to it. So I will be checking more near there to see if I can take away the power to it rather than like cutting the wires.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I would say because you spent some time to investigate this, it's going to be a little easier, so go ahead and add an extra 2 die.
Okay. Ooh, I'm going to use a willpower, mostly because I don't want a messy critical.
That would be a problem right now.
I will support that decision.
All right. That's a little lower, but it's not a messy. 4 successes.
Come back to you in a moment. As Crescent, you take some time to begin checking around the floor, checking around the rim of the building, looking everywhere you can. Nothing really you can see over the side of the building. You don't see anything cleverly hidden by what you can tell, but as you move, you feel another piece of loose footing, and you very carefully kind of move some of that concrete. You see another, appears to be like a shopping bag. Kind of put it off the side just to kind of know that it's there. You end up kind of just stepping a few paces away from it as you kind of bump into one of the very larger vents, and you actually feel the actual vent is still kind of shift a little bit. And as you turn and kind of push this off to the side, just very carefully, you can see underneath it what appears to be like a wad of like butcher paper, like wrapped up around a small object as well. There are multiple things hidden on top of this roof.
Acer,
Yep. What do you got?
how do I put this? Somebody really wanted this club to go down. I don't blame him, but still.
Fuck. He's gonna lean
What?
over the edge really quick. I'm still looking at the device, and he's just gonna yell out,
Get a
Titan
phone call?
Onyx, get inside. Tell them to evacuate the building. It is not safe. We have found multiple bombs up here.
Onyx, at this point, as Grayson is trying to count you down, 10, 3, 2, 1. The moment he hits 1, your eyes roll back. Grayson, as you kind of try to hold her, all of a sudden her head just rears back as she kind of seems to almost slip into a semi-seizure, just going rigor mortis almost on you almost instantaneously. You see the eagle perched upon the lamppost once again. But the difference is that image has changed now, as you are now all location-wise where you are right now, but also in the photograph where you were not there before.
So I grab Grayson then, because I had he was still having it. I pull him like absolute like close to me, and I look terrified, and I just say, "We need to run."
What do you mean? There's people still in there. We can tell them there's time.
I just look at him terrified, and I'm shaking my head.
And look up. Hey, sir.
Kind of busy. Just please get
too
everyone
late.
out.
Time to go.
What do you mean it's time to go? This thing hasn't activated yet.
It's about to.
Onyx,
Do I have my phone on me?
You do.
Can I text the dude?
What do you say?
Meet me outside now, please.
The moment you hit send in a frantic just spasm, all of a sudden you go stiff once again as your eyes roll back once more as another premonition just slammed to the back of your head. You must fall into Grayson at the intensity of it as the glint of the barrel and the knife from the shadow play once more in your mind. But you can see from the perspective there is a reflection along the metal of the barrel. And you can see Crescent's red hair. The color of her hair reflects upon the barrel.
I'll just stutter out as I'm going through my vision, I guess again, and I just whisper, "Crescent's in trouble."
Eyes go wide immediately. Get out now! And I yell that up to them. And I'm going to hold on to Onyx. I'm going to start going down the alleyway.
Do you go with him, Onyx?
I mean,
I'll
yeah,
pick
he's
her
got
up
a hold
if
of
I
me
have
and
to.
I'm crippled, so yeah.
Feeling the urgency of the situation, you feel there's this impending doom now just looming over you. Immediately, Grayson grabs you. You guys begin running. Acer, you hear this as Grayson just shouts at you to move.
Well, first off, is there any place that looks empty?
As in
Like abandoned?
like an abandoned building?
Yeah, like any place that looks more abandoned, empty, with like no people.
Give me a wits plus awareness.
2, 4, 5.
5 successes.
Yes.
As you look around, you are on top of a building that is circumferenced by larger buildings off to each side. So this entire building itself is kind of encased, almost brick to brick, essentially. There is gaps in between the building on alleyways on each side, but they're not very wide. Maybe wide enough for a small car at the most. But you do see there are multiple buildings in various different heights within each block of the street. You guys are on Capitol Hill. It's not necessarily the biggest area, but it is densely populated. Most of the buildings seem illuminated. Most seem to be active even this early in the night. It's getting about midnight at this point. What I will say, as you're looking around, there is one building, maybe 3 yards away, that you happen to catch a glint for a split second. And then you hear the bang.
Oh God. I'm gonna get torpid again.
Let's see here.
Boy.
Oh, I hope he had insurance on that place.
Acer, we moving or not? Because I can get you off this building in 2 seconds.
Well, hold on. Can I answer her? Because you said I heard the bang as soon as I noticed.
Not in this second.
Okay.
Crescent. You hear the bang as well. Before immense pain racks your body, as without even a second to breathe and react, you are spinning on your heel as something has just slammed you square in the shoulder. Your entire body is racked with agony as something has just shot you hard. And I'm not talking a pistol shot. I'm not talking a shotgun to the chest. I'm talking something high powered, and it was aiming for your neck, but it was off by that much. Takes 6 points of damage. Already had. It was a total of 12.
Oh
It's
my
6 superficial.
lord!
Now may I do something?
Now you may do something. As you turn around in the moment, you watch as Crescent looks at you just completely baffled and annoyed before there's a massive hole up near her upper right collarbone that just goes in the size of a quarter, but you just see black and red vitae and flesh spray out the back side of her. You can see a hole where her shoulder should be. The jacket shreds off behind her, and she spins on her heel and slams onto the ground. Her right arm barely hanging on to her body by sinew and muscle, and she screams in agony.
I am going to instantly activate my enhanced haze. Haze was the strong one.
Give me a rouse
So
check.
I'm gonna activate that. Success. And just instantly, I wanted to cover us and give us cover as I go check on Crescent.
Immediately, this massive, choking, blinding white cloud just erupts out of you in every sensible direction, just pouring out of you like a fountain. It's like you took a fog machine and you just jacked it up to a nuclear reactor, and it's just blasting out of you as you run to Crescent's side. She is on the ground in shock. Crescent, with that kind of damage, I'd usually give me a frenzy check. as you just had the fear of God strike you.
Yeah. Right.
Flashbacks to when my arm came off.
I believe that's 8 successes.
You very rapidly pick yourself back into composure. You, in fact, you haven't done this in a while. You never felt this human as you actually just out of reaction breathe and gasp and just clench onto the ground, and you just immediately think that shit, and just pin yourself to the ground and don't move, trying your best to find some sense of cover, realizing instantaneously you have been shot hard.
Despite this, I'm gonna grab Acer and kind of pull him like next to me into that spot so that he's covered as well.
As soon as you feel it, you grab out to him, you look up, and you're just all just bathed in light. You can't see an inch in front of your face.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm peachy.
Okay. All right. You plan. And I'm going to take the bomb that I have, and I'm going to take the antenna, and I'm going to snap it off. I want to make sure that the range is shortened. So if he needs to activate it remotely, he has to get closer.
You just rip it off. You're not entirely sure what it might do, but you just rip off that middle coil. It just comes off real quick.
I am just wrapping a hand around Acer's waist and my good hand at this point, and we're going.
Wait. Takes the stripper pistol, and I'm going to kind of aim the bottle towards the building where it came from. I'm going to chuck it as hard as I can.
Ooh.
And I'm going to shoot the bottle in midair.
That's a lot at once, especially considering the fact that you are now inside a massive fog.
Good point. I'm going to get Amaya to do it. I'm going to be like, Amaya, shoot the bottle.
Excuse me, I have one hand right now.
Yep, then let me go. Shoot the bottle.
All right, I will rapid reflex immediately let him go, take the gun, and shoot the bottle.
And I will toss it as far away as I can.
This is kind of a trick shot.
It is, but I have to ask Acer, what is your goal to accomplish here?
My goal is I'm trying to do 2 things. I need to get rid of the bomb, and 2, I need to somehow warn the people inside that something wrong is going outside. So I figured the explosion will freak everyone out and cause them to investigate.
I feel like the giant smoke cloud that you just did.
Yeah, but that's
AIDS.
silent, and there's
That was on the roof,
really
right?
loud
That was on the roof.
EDM music going on inside.
What about the
Yeah,
people
they need
outside?
something to shake the walls.
Yeah, they need something that they need to hear something. So I'm trying to detonate the bomb without causing damage to anybody or anything.
All right, well, for this, give me a strength plus athletics to see how far you can huck this thing. It's a combination of how far you can throw it, and also how well Preston can track a shot that she can't see.
Trick shot!
It does help mitigate that
boy.
penalty a little bit.
That's not good.
Don't tell me
You gonna
that.
blow yourself up, bud?
God damn it.
That's a critical
Okay.
on my blood die that I can't reroll.
So you have nothing but red die in this case?
Yeah, because I have no athletics and my strength is 2. So that's 4 successes on a critical.
It's a messy crit.
I can't do anything about it.
Go really far.
Okay. Crescent, I need you, if you are going to commit to this, because you actually watch as you quickly put it down, he scrabbles up and you barely see his outline as he rears back in this perfect Olympian form, and woo, you actually can see the mist travel with the bottle, and it takes off out of his hand rapidly.
Okay, I imagine from Crescent's perspective, shot, immediately taking shelter. Acer says aim for the bottle, throws a bottle, she's shooting for the bottle. So, yes, I'm gonna try and shoot the bottle.
It's very trusting.
She's still in a haze.
So, almost as soon as the bottle leaves Acer's hand, it vanishes into the fog. So you are indeed taking a trick shot. So this will mitigate some of the penalty you're shooting blindly. So it's going to be for this. I'm going to have to say it is definitely going to be a dexterity plus firearms minus only 1. Don't add your specialty because it's mitigating some of the penalty.
I can do that. That's still a lot of dice.
This is something you're good at. Luckily, Acer's critical on his haze is just the surface area that he's covering, not necessarily difficulty.
Let it be known, I'm very good at firearms.
You only have 1 shot, so make it count.
Stripper pistol.
Can I use a willpower?
You may certainly take some willpower.
Just because I want to go above and beyond with this, because it's already good.
Did you want to rouse while you're at it?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Go ahead and give me a rouse check.
Really shouldn't. Oh, success anyway. Okay, doesn't matter.
Have
Another
some fun.
die.
Take a blow.
10 successes.
10 successes. You watch as that bottle vanishes into fog almost instantaneously on a straight line. Acer? It was a messy critical.
Guys, I'm shaking. Oh my lord.
Well, I told you things were going to get kind of crazy soon.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I can't leave
No,
this place to
you're
burn.
doing fine. You keep doing what you're gonna do. We got visions going around and bombs exploding and people running, and it's great.
And I'm trying to do psychiatric work in the field.
A lot of things are happening all at once, my friends.
I have a new doctor.
Grayson is halfway down the alleyway, and he's like, "Okay, we all."
So, at this point, Acer, the exertion you feel as suddenly the adrenaline kicks in, that small bit of you that still technically has a foot into the human world, fires up, and you're a beast. You could feel that bar inside you as you just dip into some of that unholy strength, as you just send that bottle rocketing out of your hand at the strength of a pro Olympian. At that moment, you feel that pang hit you as almost that beast's hand is reaching through the cage and swinging with you. Get a point hungrier as you overexert your body in this moment. Crescent, you watch and watch into the fog before it instantly vanishes and you're tracking your mind's eye. And fire your only shot. We'll come back to you in just a moment as we wait for Grayson to return.
My one eye is glowing with like the veins. Just now run.
But Grayson, Onyx, you guys are running around the exterior as Onyx, you're just stumbling after him, just trying to get a sense of your surroundings. Your peripherals are swirling. You're almost getting tunnel vision in certain case as your head is just slamming. But Grayson, what are you doing in this moment?
I don't want to go too far, but I basically want to put a corner. I want to put a building's corner between us and the other building.
So you're just fleeing. You're not even going to bother going inside.
Do I have a chance to?
Up to you in this moment. You don't know exactly what is happening. You heard the shot. You hear another shot almost instantaneously in a few moments. But in this moment, you are deciding something. Onyx has warned you there is danger. You have relayed this danger, and you heard a shot go out. And I will say for you particularly, that sound.
It's familiar.
That's not a sound you forget when you take a round straight to the chest.
I fucking knew it.
Oh.
Fuck. This is going to trigger him.
You know that sound. That is a
I do.
high-powered round. It's actually not too far away that just went out, but there was a shot. You look around immediately. Crescent and Acer have not come off the building, and you look up just in time when you hear that shot to see the entire roof of this building is now clouded in a very thick fog. That's just now flooding over the side of the building, coming down on each side. People jump a little bit as you get around the end of the alleyway thinking, what was that? And then they see all the fog start coming down. People start clapping and cheering, thinking it's a party, thinking it's part of some kind of theatrics coming out as this dramatic, thick white mist are coming down. They can hear the music on the outside. People begin dancing out in the front streets. You can tell immediately the bouncers looking around like, I wasn't told about this, and just been looking around very confused.
Can I tug on him?
You feel immediately Onyx is like tugging on your arm as you're like running to the edge of the corner.
And I'm like, I'm fine. I'll get the club. You get your friends. And I'll break off and head towards the bouncer.
There you go, Grayson.
I hold her for a moment. I look at her. You know where to go. Come back here. Try to find us. We'll try to find you. If not, you know where to meet us back at the center.
And walk off.
I let her go. I take a few moments to watch her. It's kind of stuck in my head, but it's also just like a bit of a pause for Grayson because he starts to realize he recognizes that. But then he's going to go back into the alleyway. He's going to look up. You two still up there?
Just in time to hear another, and immediately from the back end of the building, a massive bright flash of light erupt from the backside of the building as Crescent and Acer, you feel intense heat just blow right past you as a massive burst of flame just erupted some distance away. You can't tell how far it was, but nothing touches you, but you feel the heat wave past. Immediately you hear Grayson's voice, the first part of it, as it kind of calls upward, as it begins to immediately get drowned out by people on it. So you get close to the bouncer, and people get cheering and shouting. Some put up metal horns. Some people start, going in a full EDM dance as they think it's some kind of light show.
I grab the bouncer, and I probably don't.
Grips away, like, hey, I've already let you inside once.
You need to get everyone out. There is a bomb on the building.
Go ahead and give me a charisma plus persuasion. Actually, in this case,
he's
composure and persuasion.
Yeah. And he's already seen my ID, so he knows who I am. What was it again?
Composure and persuasion.
Okay.
It's not really a matter of convincing him that something's off. It's a matter of not looking insane in the process.
Well, that's
you're in the middle of Seattle, and just you've already had to deal with this person once, and now all of a sudden she just comes like, ah! Versus, we need to go.
Well,
2 successes.
Successes. So you can take the last bonus die if you want it.
Cool. Not sure.
All right. You take the last blood bag.
Save some people.
So go ahead and roll 1 hunger die on top of your roll.
Okay.
And Thantos just donated another one, so now we still have 1.
Ooh.
Hey, it's a success.
3 successes.
Okay.
That's just enough.
So, 3. Yes.
Successes. As you kind of shout this, you are able to compose it for just a moment. You don't just scream this out like a crazy person. You actually pull him off to the side for a minute and go, it's a bomb. That was not okay. And he goes, shit. As you immediately put a hand to his ear, it goes, everyone, get everybody out. Get everybody out now. Jordan, you got a problem. You can hear some loud voice on the other end of the radio as he's kind of leaning away from it. And he goes, yeah. Immediately starts pushing past you. He's just like, get the fuck out of here now. As he actually shoves you away. He goes, all right, everybody, we're close. It's time to wrap up. Everyone get the fuck out of here. You hear people screaming and complaining and immediately trying to shove past as they're not quite aware of the situation. He is immediately working to push against this crowd.
So he's pushing into the crowd. They're not leaving, or are they leaving? Or
some people are leaving. Others seem very disappointed. He's trying to convince them to leave. Right now, it seems from the outward appearance, you assume that it looks like a lot of theatrics going on, and they're not aware that something's going on. He's not expressly saying, there's a bomb, we're in danger.
Is the music going on still?
It is, it's still inside.
Can I try and make my way over there?
You're just trying to shove your way in?
Yeah.
You know what? He's preoccupied. You don't need to worry about it. You manage to slip right behind him as soon as he becomes stepping outside as you walk into the middle of the actual floor itself, and the party is hitting hard. You do see though Nick is coming around the counter, and he's actually in mid walk towards the front. It's like, oh, I never got your name, but I got your text.
I just warn him, get out now. There's a bomb, and then I keep moving.
What? And he's standing there kind of perplexed, just looking wide and for a moment, just spinning around in this initial oh shit panic.
You know what? I think better of him. I think better of it, and I do turn around.
Okay.
And I pull out, I'll pull out my my identification, and I'll just quickly explain. I'm sorry. fibbed a little earlier, but I am an investigator, and there is a bomb in this building. Can you help me get the music to stop?
Well, immediately as you say that, you see an obvious look of disappointment on his face as he realizes kind of very quickly what you were doing. Then go ahead and give me a charisma plus persuasion. You can still add your beauty to this.
Okay. 4 successes.
4 successes. Immediately that disappointment in his face, like, shit! As he just kind of doesn't really give you an exact yes or no, but you do see he kind of pushes past you, and it seems very conflicted at the moment, but understands you're being serious. And you see he actually pushes the crowd, and he's actually walking towards the DJ's booth. He's doing something. You're not entirely sure what he's doing.
I'll follow him over. Meanwhile, I'm trying to usher people to leave.
As you're trying to get people to leave, let's say for this is going to be honestly a composure plus. Are you trying to convince them, or are you trying to like scare them out? Like leave. How are you going about this? It'll depend on the role.
Mostly, I'm passing by and like I'm patting them, and as I'm going, I'm like bouncer says, "Get out, we're closed. Get out." I'm not like trying to cause a panic, but I'm pushing them towards the door.
You will notice that as you're doing this, you do see actually bouncers are all like tapping their ear as it seems like some kind of message is being relayed like that. And bouncers are starting to make moves onto the crowd as well. So I'll say for this, go ahead and give me a charisma plus persuasion. Just to see how well you do with this crowd.
4 again.
4 successes, not bad. You kind of lean in and pat people on the shoulder one at a time, just kind of carving your way through one at a time, and some kind of shrug you off a little bit. Some are being a little bit stubborn, but a lot of them start looking at you visibly disappointed, but then see that some of the bouncers are starting to do the same thing. And this crowd begins to disperse. It starts going well. Until Nick reaches the DJ stand. Let's see what he does here.
Oh no.
Punch
Come
the
on,
DJ.
Nick. Come on,
He's not
Nick.
good. He's not good at
Come
his job
on.
anyways. Just knock him out.
Okay, so what he does is, as you see him actually push the crowd, get around the DJ stand, you see he does get up to the stand, and he like taps the guy really hard on the shoulder, who looks at him like he's a crazy person, almost like shove him off. He stumbles for a little bit and catches himself, but as he stumbles, he reaches out and actually grabs some of the cabling that's been like taped and propped up on the nearby speakers, and you hear a very sickening rip and a loud feedback as the music cuts. People look around very disappointed and confused as some of the rig kind of topples over one side. You immediately hear the DJ just scream like, "That was expensive!" As you think,
Well, that's one way to do it.
there's a fucking bomb!
Damn it, Nick.
No!
Oh, shit.
Come on.
Well,
I wouldn't have wanted to date you anyways, bud.
that could have gone better.
I literally rolled 1 success.
No. My poor little golden retriever boy.
Instantaneously, people look up in a wide panic as bouncers look to each other, and the crowd can see the reaction of the bouncers, and people immediately get into a panic. They're screaming and pushing. All of a sudden, Onyx, you are surrounded by people shoving and pushing into you, and you're kind of finding your space, trying to keep your ground as people are all flooding towards both sides of the actual building, and immediately it's becoming very apparent a bottleneck is starting to form. But now we're gonna go ahead and back up to Grayson, Crescent, and Acer on top of the building. What are you guys doing?
I'm kind of down low right now, and I'm just going to yell out, "We're okay!" And then I'm going to turn to Crescent and be like, "Crescent, you got to get to Grayson right now. I'm going to stay here and provide as much cover as I can."
You stay here, you're as good as dead.
Look, you're the sharpshooter. You're the one that has to do this, okay? I can only protect.
Good am I right now with the gun and no bullets?
Crescent, if I move, everyone is a target. This thing stays up so long as I'm here.
Okay, then we both move.
Everyone is being evacuated right now. I need to stay on top of this building. I need to cover.
We need to both move. I'm not moving without you, so we both move.
God damn it.
This moment, Grayson, what are you doing?
Can I hear any other conversation?
Far away, and as you're kind of just like waiting there for a moment to just like what's going to happen? That fog is not moving. There hasn't been a second shot. You are kind of like up against the corner, just like looking around, just out of reaction. And you do see Onyx go inside the building. Within a few moments, the bouncer is trying to push people out, and things seem to be flowing. And then the inside music kicks out. And you begin to hear the sound of panic screaming. As all of a sudden the bouncer turns around and goes, shit, what a time! As you can see, people are from the entranceway from you can see are like trying to scrabble. Some people are stumbling out, but there's a bottleneck forming right at the front entrance. People are actually starting to bang on the glass.
Fuck. You need to yell up to them too. I need you now down here. Both.
We're coming. And I'm going to grab Crescent.
Ow, jelly.
Yep. And I'm going to try get to the edge, kind of like using my foot as one of those sticks that blind people have to try and move towards the edge, so I don't just kind of walk off and fall on my skull. Then I'm gonna get to the edge and I'm gonna be like, Grayson, get over here. Crescent's hurt.
As you see just vaguely this silhouette kind of peering over the fog as it becomes enveloped once again, just fog pouring out. You can hear the sound, but you can't see them.
Is there a is the dumpster? Is it near me?
It is nearby. If you want to sprint back towards that.
I'm going to sprint back over and I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to pull it over to the edge where I think they are.
All right. So
I'll rapid reflex if I have to.
Rapid reflex is your move, and you're about halfway down that alleyway again as you begin pushing your shoulder into it. Give me a strength plus athletics. It is heavy. It is full.
Good thing I can't get hernias. Strength and athletics, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have athletics, but I got strength. You know what? Screw it. People doing it. I'm going to rouse the blood.
Rouse the blood.
I do not get hungrier.
Good rolls all around tonight.
All right.
Well, except for Nick.
Nick did not do so good. He's a human, though, so it makes sense.
Nick be
Screw
human.
that guy.
Oh, you mortal.
I am going to use a willpower myself.
Burning a willpower.
Okay. Really close. I'm really close. Come on. 5 successes. Got a critical on the normal.
5 successes. So, Acer, you peer out as the fog is overwhelming you. You have a hard time seeing as you see Grayson in a blur of motion move very quickly into the alleyway as the fog begins to cloud over you. And you see him very rapidly, not even missing a beat, just stands. As these squeaky wheels are just grinding against the side of the building, and you are moving fast. And he's moving fast.
I apologize for doing this, and I'm gonna bring Crescent in close. As soon as I see that the trash can is close enough, I'm going to jump and I'm going to make sure I land first, so I take the blow if I take any damage.
Very good question, Crescent. You feel as Acer very quickly wraps you up tight in a bear hug and begins twisting and leaning. You have enough celerity to realize what exactly is happening. Are you letting this happen?
No. I'm switching midair.
You're going to try and switch him?
You bitch.
All right, this is going to be a contested roll. Acer's strength and athletics versus Crescent's, I'm going to say for this, dexterity and athletics. To see who can have a better footing.
I brought the dumpster over for a reason.
I
To
know.
avoid this.
No, yeah, I'm trying to aim for the dumpster.
May I add sweetness to this?
Yes, you may. Browse check, please.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Success!
Try anyway.
No, it literally doesn't matter. I got 2 zeros.
Oh,
Oh, well,
I only have 2 die.
so a
and-
brutal, was it hunger die?
Yeah.
It wasn't at least a brutal failure, but a failure nonetheless. But no skulls, right? You all got only blanks.
Only blanks, no skulls.
Oh. So, Crescent, with all your overcharged ability, I'm just curious, how many successes did you get? Just out of curiosity. How many?
I got my lucky number. I got 4.
4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
That's very good, actually, for you.
Great.
Crescent, feel what Acer is doing. Somber pride is not going to do this. You are not the one ever to be saved. And as you feel him lean, you immediately pivot and throw him in front of you. And you immediately push yourself off into fall. And just as both of your feet go over the cliff edge, so to speak, your ears ring as rapid explosions erupt all around you, and you are shrouded in blazing red light. As Acer, you look behind you just in time to see as you crest over the edge with Crescent, she looks down at you with a gritted sneer as a torrent of hellfire just barely escapes over the top of her as the entire foundation of this building begins to rattle. Onyx still inside. For now, everyone, that is where we're going to go ahead and leave our story for tonight.
I hate you.
Oh dear.
Well, guys,
Jeez.
thank you for letting me and visit
No.
you all.
Nope, not letting it happen.
All right, so
It's been great.
So for now, everyone, thank you all so much for joining us tonight on this very exciting episode of Seattle Sleeps. Good night, everyone. See you all next time.
Good.